All right, and this is another episode of the Yardie Internationals podcast. Of course, we have Duke, Aku, Danja, Rasta, and the Wizard. And yeah, we just have, as usual, just a topic that we um, want to discuss. Usually a trending topic from the week that has passed that we think kind of, stands out to everybody. And it's about the brain drain. Everybody's heard the news about the teachers, especially who have left and won't be a part of the school year in Jamaica. And I think it's around 600. But either way, we are going to give our views on the brain drain as it happened back in the 80s. It's happened ever since that. But yeah, I think this is one of the biggest I've heard of in a while. So we'll all give our views on it and then we'll open up the floor for discussion. So who wants to start off?
Well,
I'm gonna start with the actual teacher in the group now.
Yeah, Duke, sorry. He sound like he want to say something.
no. You can go ahead. You can go ahead. So the whole thing is about the teachers and a whole, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
No,
but I mean that is only part of the brain drain. You know what I mean? Like it's
Okay.
bigger than just the teachers, but they have brought it to this whole thing because of it's in the news
Okay.
and because it's at the forefront of everybody's mind.
Oh, so my idea is on the whole spectrum of why people would want to immigrate, and that kind of ties back into the whole system. It's just another a wider version of it, not only encompassing teachers but everybody else.
Yeah, so what start us off with why
So-
the audience is assuming that you are in Jamaica or overseas.
Oh,
If
I am,
you're
I am,
overseas,
I am,
then-
I am overseas. I am
Yeah.
overseas.
And then why did you make the decision to not stay?
Okay. Well,
Well, you're right.
I'm overseas. And I'm here because an opportunity arose where my wife was able to get a job here, and I followed here. But in general, what I must say, Jamaicans are unique. They're very smart. A lot of people don't understand that Jamaicans are very smart. And if I've traveled to a couple places, and there's nowhere I've been that I don't run into a Jamaican. And
True.
and one of the things I noticed recently, I've heard some big people names. I mean, people in high positions as a black person. And when you come to realize the background, they link back right back. They have a Jamaican parents or something. They have some Jamaican linkage. So our genes are really smart. You can understand. You have a mechanic at Jamaica. Can't read and write, but if you bring a car to him, he fix it better than anybody else.
True.
So the whole thing is that Jamaica, we have this system where you have all of these smart people, but we don't have anything to keep them occupied. Right? We're hustlers. We want to go out there. We don't want to stay at the limit. So we keep on going out, reaching our limit, our potential. The problem is now is getting back and giving back to the country, to build the infrastructure. So who is there can actually develop the same experience as the people who going out. I think that's one of the problem is that things are not going back in, and then you look into that again and you say, okay, people who try to put back into the country, the same people in the country mess up the whole system. Nobody wants to invest into the country, even though they go out and come back. So the way to pave the way for people to stay is not there. There's no infrastructure for people who want to get more experience in Jamaica.
Okay.
And I said, the hustler system in a house, we don't want to stay stagnant. We want to go. Even the man we a scam. A smart is smart. Why can scam somebody? I know because in dumb or in lazy. Just find a different way to do it.
Why do you think that is?
Huh?
Hold on. We're not expand the discussion yet, but stick a pin there. All right.
Yeah.
Aku. Yeah.
I share the sentiment of Duke.
Yeah.
Jamaicans
Before
are
you-
like
Before you jump into that, Aku, tell us where you are and why you decided to be there.
okay. So again, I'm Aku. I'm in Japan. And I wanted to be there because I'm hungry and I don't see myself filling my hunger and taking care of my family through the resources and systems that Jamaica currently has. Not in the career that I stepped into. I stepped into it as a teacher, and basically anybody working a minor job, a homeless person gets more money than me in America. I would basically put my salary in Jamaica to a prisoner getting 15 cents an hour. That would basically be the same equation to what I was getting in Jamaica. Prisoner working, stamping, license plates makes about the same money as me. So, as I said, I kind of agree with Duke with what he was saying. Jamaicans are like McDonald's. They're everywhere but in Antarctica. Yeah.
Right.
Every country has a Jamaican hand and has been impacted by Jamaicans because our system in the beginning, our educational system was so great that other countries implemented them. For example, Singapore, who is in the top 5 in the world in terms of math, took their curriculum from Jamaica. So why are they there and we are where we are? That's also a situation.
That is a whole different discussion, trust me.
Yeah.
But we have to talk about that one at a time. But
Yeah. So I'm just passing through. So that shows you that our system was good enough to create all the people that Duke was talking about being famous, who are making their marks all over the world, who are getting awards, who are getting recognitions, who are getting support. But in our country, those people would die. That is the situation we're having. Anybody else? I'm free. We can continue after that. My pin has been stuck.
Yeah. Danger Rasta.
All right, greetings, one and all. All right, so yeah, this is Rasta talking. All right, so here I am now as a Jamaican who is still in Jamaica, wishing to migrate somewhere somehow because when I really migrate, the go white man country go live forever, you know. But at the same time, we need the opportunity to earn some money, earn a stronger currency, a better way to provide for the family, and to be able to set a foundation so that we can leave out the white man country. Because there are ideas that we all have in terms of sustaining ourselves and creating generational wealth, so to speak. But we can't necessarily do it on the 9 to 5 salary that we have out here, because the 9 to 5 salary is basically hand to mouth, right? And even though it is arguably the same thing when you go overseas, but you have a stronger dollar value. So if the person overseas is able to save $50, whether it be US or Canadian, every time they get paid, it equates to 155 of our dollars. So over time, if that person manages to save, say, 10,000 US or 10,000 Canadian, do the math and realize the equivalent to them of a Jamaican. While we out here, if we manage to save on $5 grand every time we get paid, if we sick a man, have to go to doctor, money done. Little savings done. If your car want insure, you want to buy a 4 tire, money done. You know what I mean? Because the value of the dollar isn't there. The economy doesn't support the growth what we need as an individual to set something for ourselves. Housing, prices for housing is ridiculous. We're talking about for a quarter acre of land, you're talking about $3.5 million minimum. You can get it cheaper, but you'd have to be lucky to find a person that were hungry for your money and sell it for little or nothing. And you're gonna find that the piece of land there in some bushy area. But if you want a piece of land that is considered anywhere near prime real estate, you better have your money. You're 5 million, 6 million, and more for a quarter acre. Now, on a 9 to 5 salary, there's no way you can save $6 million. And then the cost of construction in terms of building materials and everything to go and build that house where you want. So the whole cost of living thing is just, that is where we really put pressure upon we, the Jamaicans, who is still out here, professional or not, or otherwise. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents to it.
All right, thanks, Rasta. All right, Danjo, your turn.
Yeah, now hear me?
Yeah, man.
Loud and
Alright.
clear.
Couple of points. I am currently living in Jamaica still. The 50-50 chance of me trying to migrate or not, but I think this issue we're having about the brain drain run deeper than just the top of the workforce in terms of the professional people, because I think the basic person on the street survival is probably hinged more on that more than anything else, because for the basic man to survive per day, it's a serious cost in terms of what they would have to spend. So with the majority of the working population are struggling to find it, then I quiver to think what the day-to-day person is trying to earn just to survive, who doesn't have a profession or have a stable job, or just going from hand to mouth, or just out there trying to make ends meet by anything necessary. So my take is from that side of the coin, because they would probably make up the most of society, because the other workers who are working are probably up 10%, I think. Because I think about 10 or 20%, sorry, of the population is actually employed to the government, if I'm not mistaken. But then the others who are would I say are not don't have a steady 9 to 5, let's put it that way. Who are hustling, who are the street, higglers, the person on farm, all the persons out there are surviving all of this. Because as I said before, we have a social economical problem, and that's been here since the 60s, 70s, and it hasn't been solved as yet. So when the first migration happened in the 80s, I think that was the issue behind that. And successive government has come through and has adjusted properly. So in 2022 now, we're seeing the professionals now that are leaving. And I think it is causing more questions now, because back in the days, it would be the persons who don't have a steady job who try to migrate. But now the professionals are leaving now to build up another country. And I think that's where the government, the successive governments are losing the plot now. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on it, basically.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. As far as me, don't give a little story. But growing up, I was always foreign-minded, isn't it? I guess I was I call it bitten by the US bug, which basically say US are the problems are the solution to every problem, isn't it? But somewhere along the line, I would have said in my 20s, after I finished university, start work, start really travel Jamaica and everything. I was like, yo, where may I go? Yeah, so nice. Let me set up my business, go and work and thing, and yeah, why me can't live the dream here? And at the end of the day, you know, certain things happen, including life, well, threats on life and people close to me almost dying on them things there. And at the end of the day, I say, yo, it never worth it. So we decide to go overseas. So we don't even know what to call it. We say, yo, we did want to go overseas. No. At the point in time when I decided to go overseas, it was more of a decision for not only survival, but I guess prosperity, because of everything that had transpired. And yeah, the choice was US, Canada, or Japan. Sent out everything to Japan. Got accepted actually to go to Japan, but I call them name Northern Caribbean University, never sent out my transcript on time. And I got an offer for a school in Canada. I decided to take that one up instead. Met my wife, and I'm here. When I say, yo, I'm pretty much tied to the country at this point. Wife asked me if I'm gonna come back, go back to Jamaica and live. With my son being here and thing, and the opportunities I've seen since I've been here, I would have said no. And I'm sure if I retire, I'll probably do it here. But that don't mean me cut complete ties with the country. Love Jamaica, I just wish it did love me back. And yeah, that's my story.
Share your sentiments. Share your sentiments.
No,
Definitely understand that.
Jamaica don't love me, yo, but me love me, yo. Me love Jamaica, dog.
I
Yeah.
totally agree.
Completely agree with that.
Yeah. So me thereby me never want to say defaults because that's something I'm a man
You
of faith.
choose.
So that's something me did pray about and all of them things that say, yo, really gonna left us, Father. And yeah, certain things happen and yeah, me there now. And I just saw it go. But yeah, I mean, certain things could have happened and would have still there yard. I mean, sure, would have, I mean, I don't know. You can't really go off on news and them thing there, but yeah, probably would have still there yard. But yeah, make we open up the floor for discussion.
Yeah. As I say, yes, I share your sentiments. I kind of like almost at the same boat. I think when I move back to Jamaica to retire. You know, when we just come over here, I would say yes, but no. May completely change. I mean, that's made me even get my parents over here just because of that. Because then they're closer, can get better health care for them and everything.
So
But
what changed your mind?
with all that said, there's a huh?
What
Well,
changed your mind?
well, for one, the direction in which the country are going right now. You say violence or something, but you know that happen everywhere. But for a healthcare system where you hear every day somebody I go something I misdiagnosed, it can happen anywhere. When I say Jamaica are the main thing, but it's just the way. We have two sons right now. I don't want to go back to Jamaica to have them. I want them to have the opportunity where me I have now. You know, them can go out and go on school and get an education. And nothing is wrong with Jamaican education because right now, give you a little story. I do an engineering program right now in electronics. And when we tell some people say, boy, I do electronics in high school. I mean, a couple of years ago, but most of them are young people like 20s, 18s and stuff. Boy, they must say, oh, them wish them could do them stuff there in a high school. And me, a third world country like Jamaica, I do that same kind of stuff. And the same stuff them are teaching or something at college right now. You know, so when me get that BSF from Jamaica and people overseas here in the US didn't even get that opportunity. You know, I was fortunate to be in Jamaica and getting that. And I say, for a system that can develop, have a good education system, after you get the education, what you supposed to do? Can you go out there? Me go teach. I went to a teacher, get a teaching certificate, apply for teaching. Two schools. I never really tried too hard. So two schools me applied to. I'm gonna get anything. So when we finish college, I'm gonna apply for certain jobs. I'm gonna get it. But me I got. I have to go start source overseas. But and then the other thing too is they're complaining that people leave in Jamaica. I mean, I'm not sure what the population of Jamaica right now, but if people don't leave, it's gonna drain the system because you're gonna have a lot of people. It's gonna end up like when China did another couple of years and then start banning people from having big kids. So you know, for the population, if we can manage the population, you ask people to stay, you're gonna have a big problem. I mean, it's I think what happened is in the early days when them have the big backside companies and Jamaica make money, the planning they weren't planning for the future. The government or whoever they were contented, so they were building for the future, so we could expand. So now when all of the backside and everything gone, all of the big company would have put in the money, you're left with Jamaica has nothing. I don't remember who posted something like Intel gonna build one factory there in Jamaica. Anybody remember?
Not that I know of. I know them a build one
Jamaica overseas.
in the US.
It's
Oh,
a
in the
US
US.
construction man
Okay.
over Ohio.
Okay. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, we if I should finish my engineering degree here, when we done my engineering, I go back to Jamaica, they don't have anything to offer me. Well, the most I could do, I go back and teach. I not see in my line of work, I not see where I would be able to expand upon even my knowledge, because even though I finish my degree and me now the workforce, I want to still learn while I'm working, because that's a part of the experience. You know, I get and I give just the same. So it's gonna be a infrastructure problem where we they need to facilitate certain things and invest in other people. The government needs to invest in other people. Whether it's not only when I've done sports in college, and most of the sports games, and sometimes I have to pay for my own stuff. We go certain places for the national team. I have to pay my way to go training. They're not investing in other people. The government need to invest in other people, and that's how come people are gonna stay. Because if you're not investing in other people, then I'm gonna go where people can invest in other. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
two things,
We can't
two
disagree.
little points we don't want to make. Same thing where Duke said a while ago, where they're not investing in the people. There was an article about 2 weeks ago where the Sunshine Girls, the netball team, stayed on the international media. Say, yo, we do this out of our pocket, give us some money, give us some. You know what I mean? They have to make it known by international media, say, oh, they're not being paid to come and represent the country, they're not getting none. And they are doing extremely well. They are at least they are the top three. They're among the top three teams in the world. Isn't it?
And I bet you if they win one championship, you hear Jamaica, everybody invite them to dinner and do all of that stuff. See,
Yeah, man, them are jump me on that one. So that's
yeah.
always
Even most of the run of them, they're not investing in them. After they win something, they start put money in them, which is not right.
Jamaican people don't want to touch the sport. It's a different. I would say, please. Just stick to the politics.
Yeah, no. The sports, the part about the sports is just an example of what the country needs to invest.
No, but I can't agree with you with that, because sports is different from something like current affairs. Sports are a whole different ballgame.
So we are trying to use the sport as an analogy.
That's why I said it's an analogy.
The whole thing about the teaching thing, that we need to invest in our teachers.
Right, I agree with that 100%. Not with the sports, because the sports are a totally different thing.
What I'm trying to say is, I was just showing you how one example of how the government needs to get involved with other people.
In other words, sports is a private company. Then I'll put it that way.
It's not a private company when you're representing the country, boss.
Good. So if you're coming from a private company to represent the country, you don't get paid for some of them stuff there. Because we can guarantee.
Anyway, let us not go down that line.
Right. Let's not leave it alone, because to play for
the whole idea is investing in the people, and the people will stay. That's what I was trying to bring across.
On the professional level.
Another point so Bailey did present to is that some of the people who migrate, I'm sorry, but in general, where they have this thing where we say people migrate to build other people's countries.
Right.
That is not necessarily the case, But I would think that is a side effect of a professional migrating to another country to continue their line of work, because primarily them do it to better themselves and them family. So it's just a side effect of their profession. So say teachers, for example, going to foreign countries to teach the foreign kids. So yeah, that is just a side effect. But the main purpose is to develop and benefit yourself because you can't do it in your own country.
True.
So the development of another country is a side effect because
Yeah.
if the teachers that are here could actually do it